Yay, the kids are finally asleep.
So do you feel like...
Playing a game?
I've got a feeling a boss fight's coming up.
Ooh, I just got wrecked.
Headshot, baby.
Ooh, it's your turn to get the baby.
So are you up to the challenge?
Run, 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 run.
And we're dead.
That's when I realized I have no idea what I'm doing.
GG. Welcome back to another episode of the Gamer Parents Podcast. My name is Kevin, and I'm joined by my fabulous wife, Joanne.
Hello.
And I chose that word in particular this week for reasons that will be made known later on in the episode. But anyways, episode 86. If you're new to the Gamer Parents Podcast, Joanne and I are a married couple. We have 2 kids, ages 3 and 5. And we like to talk about life and games. We are parents who game and gamers who parent.
Yes.
But as usual, I will kick it over to Joanne to talk about life this last week and everything we did. It feels like it's been a really busy week. We have a lot to run through.
Mm-hmm.
So, Joanne, what do you want to talk about first?
So, funny story. Last week, on Thursday, I think, I saw an ad in this Cat Haven Lounge. For those who haven't heard of this before, Cat Haven Lounge is a place where it's like a cat cafe, a Korean style cat cafe, where you get to go in, order food and drinks, I think, like light snacks, and play with the cats there. I think like the main goal is to help shelters save the cats without having to put them down.
I wonder how many cats they have there, and I wonder if there's a lot of cat hair everywhere.
Cat fur, you mean?
Yeah.
But also, like, they do adoptions for, like, people who really, really love and, like, have that connection with a particular cat. So they also offer those adoption services. So actually, it's a win-win situation for those who do not want to adopt. They could go there and hang out and play with cats. And those who would like to adopt, the cats there are all ready,
All right, that's it. We can't go because we would end up adopting one if you went there.
No, we won't.
It's too dangerous.
No.
Can't risk it.
Anyway, so I was looking that up because, I've been having this like itch for like some furry animal love. And since life is busy as it already is, we have decided not to get any pets just yet till our kids are a bit older and able to like share the load.
Yeah, right now our kids are struggling with just taking care of themselves a little bit.
Exactly. Or even like I have to potty train the 3-year-old first before trying to potty train another animal. So not that our kids are animals, but I'm just saying the potty training part,
A different animal.
Yeah. But anyways, I was checking out this website because it's so close by. It's a new one near our place. And they were having an event. So I checked out this place on Thursday, but the event started on Tuesday and ends on Friday, right?
Wait, what do you mean you checked it out? Like you went to the website or you actually went in person?
No, to the website.
Okay.
And the event was a Mario Kart race, a live Mario Kart race. So they have, the car and the camera that you can use to drive around the track, which is in that cafe. And you have to avoid all the cats as well while driving,
Yeah, so I think Mario Kart, like it's not their normal Mario Kart, like on the Switch.
Yeah.
It is like, I think it's like something that like Nintendo sells like separately that's like a remote control car and it has like a camera on it so you can like see where you're driving, right? And you can like set up a course.
Yeah, but you also use it on a Switch.
Yeah, I think that's how you like control it or drive, right?
Mm-hmm. So that was like kind of like fun for me. I've played that kind once because when I was back in Malaysia, I played that with my nephew and we used that as a track like around the house.
You should have went then. I didn't know you already had practice.
Yeah, no. I didn't have any animals back then either.
Yeah.
So it was like fun to see and there's a time. So the race, how it works is like you're not racing against anyone like there and then. You just have to pay for like the entrance fee. And you get 1 try per day per person. So practically if you can go like since Tuesday through Friday and go 1 time a day just to like increase your chance of winning, you get to win a Nintendo Switch. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want to try this. And how they win is like whoever completes the race in the fastest time.
Yeah, so you're not really racing anyone else. You're just whoever has the fastest time.
Yeah,
By the end of the week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like we could have had a decent chance.
I
feel like
know.
it just this week was so busy. We thought about going in and entering that little contest.
Yeah.
Maybe have a second Switch for our family.
Exactly. But also, like, it was too late. When I found out about that event, it was already like nighttime on Thursday. So we only had like that Friday to try it out, which we were super busy, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, no go. I felt like, no, but it's okay.
I thought it was a cool event, like a local business that was doing a Mario Kart race to like give away a Switch. That's cool.
And that's very rare. Plus, there's cats, so it's not like you have the same chance. You probably have like different.
Yeah, for you, that's like cats and video games. I'm in.
I know. I was so excited. Anyways, that was one of the things that I thought was cool. But I definitely want to bring the kids to check out this Cat Haven Lounge. And Kevin, you're not a cat lover, so you probably don't want to be there.
I could live without cats.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, so that was part of the fun stuff that I heard about and didn't get to check out. But then we've also been watching more Fallout.
Yeah, I think we're 5 episodes in
No,
out
more.
of the 8. Are we more than 5?
Yeah, I think we're 6 in.
Maybe 6. Okay, we'll see. But anyways, I think we have a couple more episodes left.
So short, these episodes.
Yeah, I kind of wish it were a bit longer, but it's fine. I'm sure there'll be a season 2.
I know.
And all that. What are you thinking of it so far? I'm enjoying it more now than when we checked in on this a week ago.
Yeah.
I think the last few episodes there's been like more like suspense and more like
action.
Yeah, there was like still some action in the first few episodes quite a bit, but I think it's been more of a turn of events, right? More like surprises, and it kind of gets more twists.
Yep.
I guess.
Yeah.
Right? Between like some of the vault people and between Lucy and the ghoul.
Yeah. And also between what's his name? Knight Titus and his Squire. Yeah. I forgot what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like there's been some like big changes in the last couple episodes that'll make it a little bit more interesting. So excited to see where they take the end of the season. Although I'm sure it'll be here too soon.
I know it will.
I want there to be more for sure.
Yep. And this week has also been very busy. I have been looking for babysitters for our children. Mm-hmm. And we currently have one already, but because she's leaving for college next semester, so I was trying to like figure out, more help. So I could do some of the errands and get up to date with all the medical checkups and stuff. So yeah, just having the kids meet and greet a babysitter and just spending a few hours with new babysitters.
Because you had 2 new babysitters come and kind of do like a trial visit for a few hours to.
Mm-hmm. And it went better than I thought because the children are at the age where they're not like sticking to me all the time. They're actually quite open to new people now. Mm-hmm. So that's a good thing. And yeah, even that took like a lot of filtering, Yeah. But we're happy with it. And it's so funny how like when you pick a babysitter, you're entrusting someone important to you, your kids, right? To someone new. And it's not easy for any parent to do because, there's this trust building and, that personality to not clash with one another. So like I have like a few older babysitters apply, but then I think about, can they handle the high level of energy our kids have? And so like, just filtering through that and also like.
It's like hiring someone for a job, basically. You have to go through applicants and see who you think would be the best fit.
I know, but in like regular jobs, it's okay if if they screw up or anything, you can just let them go. And, there's not like a consequence versus like when it's your kids, if they mess up and something happens to your kids, this is like life we're talking about. So yeah, it's a big deal for parents, I would say, gamers or not.
True. Yep.
Then I guess that's it, my part for now, but let's jump to yours first.
So as some of you know, we like to talk about funny things that our kids say.
That's true.
And we have some more of those this week. Quite a few of them, actually. And one of them is I was giving our 3-year-old daughter a bath the other night, right?
Dad of the year.
Actually, both the kids at the same time. And, they're both in the bath. I'm there. And Faith, our 3-year-old, just starts like screaming.
Like bloody murder.
Like really loud. Like something's wrong. Something's very wrong. And she kind of points like behind her, like I can't really see what she's pointing at. And I kind of like lean over and I look and I see like something black floating in the water. Right? And she's still like screaming at it and like starting to stand up. And then I quickly realize that, well, then she's screaming bug. She's yelling bug. She thinks it's a bug. I realize that it's not. And I'm telling her it's not a bug. Don't worry. And she's still screaming because she's still like, she doesn't believe me or she's still scared of whatever it is. Could I tell her that it's not a bug, it's just sock fuzz, right?
Yeah.
Because they take their socks off, get in the tub, and then sometimes a little bit of the sock fuzz comes off into the water.
Yeah.
And she thought it was a bug and is terrified of bugs.
Yeah, super terrified of bugs. I would say to an unrealistic point.
We have like this bucket of like bug toys.
Yeah.
Right? And she's not afraid of those at all. But she's afraid of sock fuzz if she thinks it's a bug. Yeah. Even if I tell her it's not a bug.
Or even just last night, she woke up like 6 times, remember? Because she thinks she saw a bee in her room.
Which trust us, there's no bees in her room.
Yeah, or even outside.
We would know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she just says like there's bugs in her bed.
Yeah.
And like you said, she woke up like 6 times last night.
Yeah.
And actually, this was not the first night this happened either.
Yeah.
But I would even like turn the lights on, like,
show her.
Let's take all your blankets out, like look everything over. Look, there's no bugs. You don't have to worry. And I'm just like trying to get her to go back to sleep. I think the first time she didn't want to sleep in her bed, so she slept on the floor right next to her bed, which would probably be worse because bugs have to get from the floor to the bed.
I know.
Right?
I don't think she's aware of that, so let's not.
Yeah, obviously I'm not going to tell her that.
Yeah.
But so she slept on the floor that night, and then last night I think you went and like kind of helped her get back to sleep. But yeah, it was last few nights have been kind of rough with her and going to sleep because of this like fear that there's bugs. And I don't know where it came from because it's not like a bug was actually on her at some point and she freaked out and is traumatized by that or something.
Yeah, it never. I don't think.
I don't know. Or she like watched anything with bugs in it, like
probably.
I don't know. I'm not sure. So hopefully this is just like a short phase that she goes through and can hopefully get back to sleeping well.
Yeah.
Because that would benefit all of us greatly.
True. And then another funny story about Faith was the other day I brought back Shipley donuts. Yeah. And the last time we spoke about donuts was about...
Yeah, so we told another funny story a few weeks ago. Yeah. Where... You had a donut for all of us, right? Yeah. And you had yours. The kids had theirs. There was one left for me, but I was working, so I didn't eat it then. Mm-hmm. But then Faith snuck into the kitchen and ate it all by herself.
Yeah, she did.
Right after she had her own donut, so she had no business having 2 full donuts. By herself, and so she kind of stole mine, basically.
Yeah. So that was the backstory, right? And then since then we haven't had any donuts.
Yeah.
And yesterday I brought back donuts. Was it yesterday or the day before? But
yeah. And then they were eating their donuts. They were. Right? And then we were talking about how there was like one in there for me and I was going to have it later. Yeah. And then she was like, I'm not going to take Daddy's donut this time or something, right?
Yeah, she was.
She like made it very clear like she wasn't going to do what she did last time.
I know. I was actually surprised she remembered it.
Yeah, because this was like at least a month ago.
Yeah. And what do you call it? She even told the babysitter who was here that time that it was an accident. By the way, I didn't mean on taking that donut. It was an accident. And the babysitter was like, no, it's not an accident. And Faith was like, no, it really was. So we were like, okay, if you say so. And she wouldn't let it go. She would like go to Kevin and say, you know what? They agreed with me that it was an accident. Yeah. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, so you got Shipley's again this time, and the donut stealing event came up. Yeah. And then the next day, I had my donut for breakfast, right? And I was playing with Faith, like right after that. We were in her room, and she wanted to play doctor, right? As we often do, because it's a go-to game that we play.
Yeah.
And she wanted to be the doctor, which meant I had to be the patient.
Yep.
And so I have to come up with something wrong with me, right?
Yeah.
And so I had just had a donut, so I was like, okay, well, I'll use that. All right, doctor, my stomach hurts because I just ate a donut. Like, can you help me? And then she like thinks to herself, and she's like,
did you tell your daddy that you ate a donut?
Does daddy know you ate a donut?
Yeah.
And then I was like, no. And then she was like, well, then you stole daddy's donut. And I thought that was funny that she was still thinking about that.
I think the guilt is eating her up.
Yeah. She's going to forever be thinking about the day that she stole
your
donut. Yeah.
That's so funny.
One day when she's old enough to have to be like, I forgive you, Faith, for eating my donut.
Exactly.
And she'll be like, a weight lifted off her shoulder.
I know. That's so funny.
Anyways, that's not the only funny story with our kids this week. We have one more, and that is with our other kid, Dylan, our 5-year-old.
Yeah.
And we were looking at like potential family vacation ideas, right?
Yeah.
Of like something we could do. And I think we were just checking out like Disney resorts, right?
Yeah, in Honolulu.
Yeah, I mean we saw the one in so there's a Disney resort in Honolulu, and we checked the prices, right? Like just for kicks. And we were kind of flabbergasted at how expensive it was.
Yeah.
And for like, because we were gonna go with my parents, right? So we would need 2 rooms, right? And so for like both families to go for 10 days was going to be like $40,000. $46,000, which is crazy to me.
After you include tax and stuff, because it's
but still that's crazy. And like we were like in shock kind of how expensive that would be.
And we're like, nope.
Yeah, and then Dylan obviously wanted to go to a Disney resort.
He does.
Because he would love that. He would probably love that. I know he would.
Okay.
But him and his numbers, and he knows a lot of numbers.
Yeah.
He knows his thousands, 100,000s, million,
gazillion.
Right? I mean, he knows the biggest number, which I don't know if this is true. He's smarter than me. Is a Googleplex.
Googleplex. That's what he says.
I've heard of a Google before. I don't know what Googleplex is or means, but he says that's the biggest number, and I trust him, right? So he's good with numbers. He knows his numbers. And so he overhears that it's like $46,000 for this trip, and he's like, that's not even that much money, right?
Yeah.
He says, because 46,000 is not a big number.
Yeah.
Right? Especially when you know how to count to 1 billion, 46,000 is nothing.
I know.
And it's like, well, that's different when you're talking about money. That's a lot of money, dude.
I know. We're telling him, like, you could buy 2 cars with that, Dylan.
Yeah, like, he's,
Yeah, I can't
super
wait.
book smart.
Yeah, I can't wait for him
Not so street smart.
Vault dwellers.
Yeah.
I can't wait for him to, like, earn his own money and realize that, okay, maybe 46K is a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was kind of funny to hear him chiming in on us talking about that.
I know.
Right? And like what our kids actually know and are thinking about, right? But I don't know, it's funny. That's it for this week as far as our kids stories. But what else do we have from this week?
This week I actually like tried to focus on self-love and self-pampering. So I went to a Korean spa. So earlier I was talking about a Korean cat lounge, and now it's a Korean spa. Ooh. It's K-pop stuff, influence. So at a Korean spa, basically like there were the dry area spa, which is more like saunas and just rooms of different kind of spa treatments, right? And they had like massages in there. They also had a wet area, which is like the bathhouse, like a Korean bathhouse, and also the jacuzzi and stuff. So because to be at the wet area, you need to be like butt naked.
Okay.
With the same gender, obviously, but still. I wasn't comfortable with that yet.
You don't even have the option of wearing a bathing suit?
No.
What?
Really, no. Well, you have to go shower there in front of everyone first. They have open showers there before you could enter into the jacuzzi and all that wet spa. So we decided so my friend and I, it's sort of like her bridal shower,
Mm-hmm.
So we both went for the massage and then we went spa hopping in the dry area. So we tried like the clay spa, the clay ball spa. And then there's which is like a ball pit with like marble sized clay balls.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but it was super hot. It was like just about 148 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow.
Yeah, in that room. So we went in there.
Wait, in the room or the balls were 148 degrees?
Well, in the room. Because when you go in, then
Seems
you
really hot.
sit in the, we go into the balls.
Yeah.
Yeah. So still hot either way. And then we sat there for like 10 minutes and we moved to the jade room, which is like a room filled with jade. And the rocks were like Himalayan salt at your feet. And then like the whole wall was covered with jade. And then we went to a pyramid room where it was, I think the pyramid room was just 120 something degrees, but it was still warm and then it's like gold all around, gold plated pyramid. It's the shape of a pyramid. You're sitting like in a pyramid. But it's something to do with like when the heat bounces off the walls and stuff. It's supposed to be really good for your body, detoxifying everything. We did not go into one room though, which is the fire dome room. That's supposed to be the hottest room, hottest spa in there. It's 185 degrees Fahrenheit. And because we had our phones at that time and the phones could explode in there, so we didn't want to bring it in there.
But yeah, well, I would think you could leave it somewhere in that.
Yeah, we had a locker, but we didn't think like we want to go hotter than 148.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't want to step foot in that room either.
Yeah, and it's so weird because it's like a shape of a kiln, like a baking oven, and then with a door that you could enter in.
Do they have like a time limit? I imagine
No.
for health reasons you can't stay in there that long.
Well, they did say like you have to like keep hydrated outside of the spa rooms because you can't bring your drinks or food in there. But then you are, I think, recommended to be in there for like 10 to 15 minutes. But if you feel lightheaded or anything, they ask you to step out,
Mm-hmm.
Don't want anyone dying. So I think they have like 13 rooms of different kind of spas. And one of it was the Arctic room, which was like 40 degrees.
Ooh, I like that room. I picked that one.
But we did not go in either. We were
What?
we were already so hot and sweating from everything else. We were not planning to go in the Arctic room. But the cool thing about this whole spa, Korean style spa, is that there's restaurants, there's an indoor jungle gym for children. So
Can you just drop your kids off?
only if they're 6 years and above. But if they're younger than that, you need to have like an adult supervise them.
Oh, at the jungle gym?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's a golf course, like a mini golf course.
Okay, well, while you're in the spa, I know what I'm doing.
I know, and there's also a bar.
Okay, good. Go on.
And there's an outdoor terrace where you could do mini golf putting.
Ooh, okay.
I know, it's like all in one. Like if husbands want to go and hang out, they could be there, and then the kids could go to the
Take me with you
jungle
next time.
gym. Yeah, and the women could just
When our kids
pamper
are 6,
ourselves.
we'll just drop them off at the jungle gym.
I know, right? Yeah, and it wasn't even like that expensive. So I think it was like 36 entrance fee, and you get to use everything.
Oh, wow.
I know. So yeah, that was one of the self-pampering thing. And then another self-pampering thing I did this week was a photo shoot. I like taking pictures, right?
Oh, yeah.
Having like self-portraits taken. And the last time I did it, I was like in my 20s, like early 20s. I was in college. So since I'm in my 30s now, I wanted to preserve this look in a picture. So I pampered myself. I applied for this thing online, which was like a free photo shoot. All you need to do is pay for hair and makeup if you like. But yeah, I did all that and all shebang, and you get to do the other fun stuff, which I'll let you talk about next.
Which you looked amazing today, by the way, with your photo shoot. I don't get to see the pictures yet, but I got to pick you up and
see the change.
Yeah.
And it's so funny how Dylan was like, because the kids were in the car, right? And he's like, "Oh, you look so beautiful."
Yeah, like as soon as you open the door, to get in the car, before you even got in. Like,
I know.
he's like, wow, you look so good.
Yeah, I love your dress, he says.
And I'm like, back off, dude. She's mine.
And I'm like, I wore the same dress going here, Dylan.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny, like, ooh. But go on, Kevin, tell us what were you guys up to while I was...
Yeah, so your thing was like, what, 3.5 hours?
Uh-huh, it was very short.
Yeah, right. So we're like, well, what are we going to do with all that time? It's also like, what, 30, 40 minutes from home?
Yeah.
So I was trying to avoid like having to go all the way back home.
Yeah.
So and by we, I mean me and the 2 kids, went to the movies.
I know, and I didn't let you
later
go.
this afternoon, yeah.
And I didn't let you guys go to any regular movie.
Yeah, we went to your favorite movie theater.
Uh-huh.
And which is a nice one. It's a kind of a fancy one.
Yeah, it's a Star Cinema Grill.
Yeah. So it was just me and the kids, and we went and we saw Kung Fu Panda 4.
Yes.
And just thinking of something that would be kid friendly that they would like. Mm-hmm. And they did like it. They haven't seen any of the Kung Fu Panda movies before. Mm-hmm. I know I've seen the first one. I don't think I've seen 2 or 3.
I think I watched the first and second.
Yeah, and so now our kids want to watch 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, fair point.
Actually, technically, Dylan wanted to watch 1, 2, and 3 before watching 4. But I'm like, well, I had to explain 4 is the only one in the movie theaters.
Yeah.
And I don't know where he can watch 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
Or probably not in the same place.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we'll have to do that. We'll go a little bit out of order.
But you guys get to eat dinner at a movie, right?
We did, yes.
See?
We got to order dinner and eat while we were watching the movie. Just simple stuff. Kids had chicken tenders and
fries,
hamburgers, yeah, and fries. Mm-hmm. And I just had just like a club sandwich.
Yeah. See, I help you, Kevin. I help you figure out dinner and entertainment all in one.
Yeah, and Dylan, our 5-year-old's at the point where he can just sit there and watch the movie and eat. And like he's totally entertained and totally fine.
Yeah.
Like, and our 3-year-old though can't really sit still for like a full movie, and so she's like constantly wanting to like get up and go to the railing, and like at a few points like trying to stand up in her chair, and I'm like, nope, sit down. And a few different times like laying down across my lap. That's like funny. While I'm trying to eat. And she like hadn't even touched her food for a while. Like I had to like. Especially there's those big old lounge chairs, right? They're kind of hard it's even hard for adults to like eat in sometimes, you know, like you have to sit on the edge of your seat so that you can like reach everything and be at the table, you know? So I had to like get her situated more so that she could actually like eat. But other than that, you know, she was okay. She was for the most part kind of watching the movie, but you can tell like she was getting kind of tired and bored a little bit, but give her a couple more years and I'm sure she'll be just like her brother. But the movie was good. Yeah, really cool action scenes. Some parts that were kind of funny, but overall it was good. I think it was a good watch. I like the Kung Fu Panda movies, at least the ones that I've seen.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoyed. I mean, I know you wanted to go to a few other theaters before that, but I was just thinking about their dinners and everything, comfort.
Yeah, I was thinking we'd just have popcorn for dinner.
Yeah, no.
Pull a dad move.
But it does remind me of that Bluey episode where the dad brought the 2 kids to watch a movie. And
why did the mom go to that? Like, did they explain? I don't remember that. I
think the mom was taking a photo shoot.
Maybe, like you. Yeah.
But yeah, long life update for a short week, huh?
Yeah, but I think that's it for the life update. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about what we've been gaming this week.
I know.
And this one's kind of a cross between gaming and life. But there was a game that I talked about a few weeks ago called Star Deck. And this game is in development, right? But there's a demo, and I talked about that demo.
Yeah.
And it's on Kickstarter it's a solo developers, one guy making the game. And so I had decided to help contribute to this Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Right? And I contributed in a way that's going to allow me to be involved in the closed beta test.
Nice.
Which means I will be in a small group of people who kind of will get to play the beta and provide feedback to the developer and all of that. Because I enjoyed the game anyways, and so like now I'll kind of get some like early access with the beta, but also be able to like, you know, talk with him on like hopefully around things we could do to improve the game and some ideas and yada yada yada. Right?
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool. Like I've never done anything like that
I know.
before.
For those who don't know, Kickstarter is like this platform where you could like start something new and then have people pledge like different amounts and different level would like determine how much you get, right? Like
Yeah. And it's not guaranteed.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's not promised. It's kind of almost like a donation, but like with a promise to like give you something in return if the project gets off the ground, you know?
if it gets
So like I'm technically supposed to get like some merch, like I think a t-shirt and a hat or something, and like 2 copies of the games so we could both play if we wanted to.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
And it's and just to kind of re-explain, Star Deck is it's most similar to like Slay the Spire, like a card deck building strategy game.
Yep.
He did just announce he's going to make Star Deck co-op though, which is something that I've never played in a game like that. And I don't know exactly how that's going to happen, but I think any game, if it has a co-op option, makes it better. Because
then I could play it with you.
Yeah, that'd be fun. It would be pretty fun to play a game like that co-op because it's a roguelike too, right?
Oh, okay.
I think it'd be fun.
I need to check out Slay the Spire first too.
Yeah, I think you would. I mean, it's a calming game. Like it's not like it's turn-based, right? So it's like you could just sit there and take your time. Yeah.
So.
It's not a very stressful game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a good one to check out. But yeah, Star Deck definitely on my radar and looking forward to. I think it's going to be a while before it comes out, but hopefully I'll get in on a beta at some point. And that'll be fun to talk about.
Mm-hmm. Happy to support as well.
Yes. And so we have also been playing a lot of Switch, specifically the N64 catalog of games on Switch Online. And Dylan has been playing a lot of Paper Mario 64. Talked about this some last week. He's been playing even more. I think there's like 7 or 8 like stars, like star characters you're supposed to like free in the game. And Dylan has freed 3 of them. And the game is getting a little bit harder as he progresses. And as I'm noticing, like more and more times he wants me to play the hard parts. And so he's always trying to like pass me the controller. Like, oh, I don't want to fight these guys. Like you get around them or you fight them or, you know, you fight this boss. Or like if it's a room that's like, there's some rooms like this one that we just got to where there's like very little light and you can't really see where you're going. And we'll be like, oh, this room's scary. I can't see anything. You do it.
I know. And yeah.
And I'll be like, no, it's okay. Like, I don't think there's any enemies in there. You just have to go and look around and see if you can figure anything out. And like for him also, he hasn't really played a lot of games before, so he's not used to struggling to figure something out. Or like he'll try for like a minute, and if he can't get it, he's like, I need you to do it for me because I can't do it. And I'm like, well, how many times have you tried?
That's
and
funny.
He's like, once. And it's like, you might need to try more than that.
Sounds like
some
me
things take
sometimes.
multiple tries.
He cannot play Elden Ring.
He'll ask me like in the game, like, I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Where am I supposed to go? You need to help me. And I'm like, Dylan, I've never played this game before. I don't know where to go. And like, so I'll try to look it up online to like at least point him in the right direction. But he like thinks I'll know like what to do already, which is kind of nice because I think he looks to me for answers.
Because you're the real gamer man.
Yeah, apparently. But and then he's like, I thought you beat the whole N64. And I was like, no. I've beaten many N64 games, but I haven't beaten the N64, right?
Yeah.
I don't think you can beat Nintendo 64.
That's funny. He has high expectations from you. And every time I try to help him play, he's like, no, mommy, you wouldn't know how to play this. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
The discrimination is real.
I think he still has more stars than you in Super Mario 64, right? I think he does.
Yeah, because
what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about that? Huh?
Well, he switched to Paper Mario.
Yeah, and you still haven't caught up. So another thing in Paper Mario, I started my own save file since last week, and I'm realizing now that I'm playing my own game alongside Dylan that there is a lot of talking in this game, right? And it's all text written. So there's a lot of reading, I should say. And I'm like just trying to skip through it as fast as possible because like I watched Dylan play a lot of it. So I kind of know what the story is, and I also like don't want to just sit there reading everything the whole time. I'm trying to progress through it faster.
That's not fair. You have to
Yeah.
go through it
No,
slowly.
no, don't need to. And I have not quite caught up to Dylan. I think he's like 10 to 15 hours in, and I'm maybe like 2 or 3. And I'm progressing pretty quickly, but I'm not anywhere close to catching up to him. I think I have like 1 star out of the 3 that he has. So I have a ways to go before I'll catch up to him. But we have also been playing Fortnite.
Mostly
this week.
you.
Some.
Mhm.
We did a little bit together because they had made some changes to the game. There was a new update, and they added a lot more stuff from Avatar, The Last Airbender, right? Like the various bending abilities, right? So you have like air bending, fire bending, water bending, and earth bending. And they all do very different things.
I've only tried fire and water.
The water bending has been in the game for a little while, but it like lets you shoot these water projectiles like pretty decent range. And then fire bending, you like it's more like a close combat, right? Like kind of martial arts looking, like use fire, right?
Yeah.
And can do damage to people like up close.
Yeah. I like fire.
And then earth bending, you can like throw these like really heavy pillars of rock like out at people, right? Or you can like also use like a support move with it to like basically create like a rock wall right in front of you to like block stuff. Like if you need to stop people from shooting at you, it's kind of nice trick to have. And then air bending is basically like a way to move around really quickly. I forget what they call it, like air wheel or something like that, where you can
like Rasengan.
Yeah, it's almost like you're in like a wind hamster ball kind of thing, and like just move really fast around the map. And it just lets you move really fast around the map. I don't think it really does much damage. I think you can like when you stop it. I don't really know. But anyways, it's been fun to like play around with those. Like there's sometimes where like I just go for all the bendings and I don't even have like any weapons, and I just use those, and it's kind of fun. It feels like, and then at that point it feels like an Avatar battle royale than it does Fortnite, which is okay. It's kind of cool. I know it's only temporary, and they're gonna switch it up like they always do. So to something else that'll be just as fun, I'm sure. But you have been playing
Some games.
a lot of games.
No.
You've been playing a mess of games this week, right?
Yeah. Just like a mix of and match off.
Yeah, so what games have you been playing?
So I finished Doki Doki Literature Club. Remember I spoke about it once before? Yeah. So apparently I was very close to the end, and then I just had to restart it and get the ending, the first ending, which is like the normal ending. And there's like ways to get other endings, but that requires you to like replay the whole thing. And
yeah, you probably have to like start all over.
Yeah. And I didn't really want to invest more time in it, as it has a lot of reading, more so than Mario.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was happy with my normal ending, and I thought it was like well made in a way that it was very cute, all the anime and stuff like that, and the choices you make would determine the kind of ending, But yeah, it's not something that I would play over and over again. Definitely low in.
Do you think you'll ever go back to it?
No, I don't think so. In terms of repeatability and how other games are like higher priority than this for now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
even that night, I know you like switched to a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, well, I finished it, and then I decided like, okay, I'm done. And I cave in, Kevin. I cave in and downloaded Goat Simulator.
Ooh. A game that we've talked on and off about how we are tempted to play it at times.
I know. We talked about it last year even. Remember?
Yeah.
We made fun of people who played. We were like, oh, what? Why would you even want to be a goat? And then now I'm like, I want to be a goat. I can be a goat.
Yeah, now you can with Goat Simulator.
Exactly. I was, it's so fun that you create like chaos. Just like wreak havoc everywhere you go. And as a goat, and then you get points for.
Like, what are some of the craziest things that you are doing?
So one of the things that I did was I headbutt a car real hard that it exploded.
Oh wow!
I know, it was so cool. And then you could like lick someone, and then when you lick that person, it's basically like your tongue like get stuck to that person or something, and you get to drag that person around.
So you're like basically a goat with superpowers.
Yes, basically. You can even like headbutt buildings and make it crash. And
So you're super goat.
I am a super goat. I know.
All you need is a cape and it'd be official.
I know.
Or maybe you're a super villain. It sounds more like you're a super villain, blowing
Super
up cars,
villain. Yeah.
licking people, destroying buildings.
Yep. And I even got to ride this like big slide, like a water slide, and it goes into a pool and stuff. And I jump on trampoline, and I can do backflips, and yeah, it's crazy. It's almost like, what's that skateboard game we used to play? Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk?
Yeah, but as a goat. And you're not
Can
riding.
you ride a skateboard?
No, but I mean, you're just doing like whatever jumps you do. Everything has a point,
Yeah.
If you spin in the air, you
I
get
feel like
points.
nothing has a point
Ooh, yeah.
in this game.
You get points without having nothing as a point. But I played on it like for quite a bit. I'm surprised.
Huh. So like you get points for like doing tricks and like destroying things?
Yes.
That's basically how you get score? Okay.
Yeah, and then the main thing for where I was right now, I blew up a whole gas station by headbutting.
You're definitely a villain, a super villain.
Definitely the
this
Slytherin
goat.
coming out.
Yeah. You can't like go help people, like help the old lady cross the street or something. For
With
points.
my tongue.
You probably lose points for doing that.
I could help. Yeah, it was so funny.
I don't know what the game has to do with goats though, because none of these things are goat things. Like it could be any animal and it would like make sense or make just as much sense.
Yeah. So that.
Are you gonna play Goat Simulator 3? Because
Yes.
there's Goat Simulator 3
Yes.
on Game Pass now.
I would, because
I wonder if it's co-op.
like there's a graphics like upgrade.
Yeah, and we'll duke it out. I'll battle you. I'll be the good goat superhero, and you'll be the villain goat super villain.
Yeah, I think
If that makes
local
sense.
co-op's available. We could
Yeah.
check it out. But yeah, I had fun. And then I also downloaded Those Who Remain.
Also on Game Pass.
Also on Game Pass. I just wanted to check it out because it says like psychological thriller and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I think
Your
my-
kind of game, not my kind of game.
Yes. But so the whole thing about the game was like you have to stay in the light, never go to the dark. Otherwise, like this like villagers or something, I don't know, like they're all like silhouettes of these villagers, and they'll kill you. They have like glowing eyes and they're always standing in the dark. So it kind of seemed almost like, what's that Slender Man game?
Mhm.
Yeah, but just scary. And then like you don't get to move a lot as fast as you want to. And I feel like it wasn't really a good game to me because it was too dark. I had like the brightness set really bright. Like most of the time I'm fumbling for stuff. Like wondering where to go. And the moment I step out of the light, I die, like really hard to play. You don't really know what your objectives are. Like most games, they'll tell you what you need to do, but this is like I had Google open up on one side to show me the like what to do next,
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't know, like, okay, do I go left? Do I go right? Yeah, so it was pretty hard. And in the end, I just got, like, so tired of walking aimlessly, fumbling for switches. Yeah, you have to, like, keep turning on switch. Like, the switches are, like, red on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it was just, like, too much for me to do. And I did not enjoy it compared to Mortuary Assistant. I actually like Mortuary Assistant more. And it was...
The game I don't know how anyone can enjoy.
Yeah, no. No, at least you know your objectives, right?
Yeah.
This one you don't really know. So yeah, I uninstalled it. And last but not least,
So in Those Who Remain did not remain
yeah,
installed on your computer.
that's funny. Last but not least, I installed game that recently came out on Game Pass. It's Shadow of the Tomb Raider, the definitive edition.
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider, Lara Croft. I really like it. I don't think I've played any Tomb Raider games growing up. I've seen people play it, but I've never actually like hop into it. Watched the movie, yes, but yeah, I right off the bat love it, and I think I'm enjoying it. I've only played it one night. I mean, like hour-ish, maybe 2 hours. But yeah, so not really like deep into the game that I could give any feedback. But all I can say is it was very easy to move around, very forgiving, and the objectives are very clear. Like it's even written there, like use your survival skills, and like where to head towards.
Does it like point you in the right direction?
Yes.
Like, is there an arrow or
Not an arrow, but it's more like it glows. Like, okay, there's something there that's glowing that I need to get to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's so interesting, like how it starts. Everything is like fully action packed.
Yeah, I mean I feel like that's kind of classic Tomb Raider.
That's true.
How far, like, is it mostly just like running around and jumping and swinging on stuff, or like have you gotten to like any combat kind of stuff? Or...
Oh yeah, I've gotten into combats with Trinity, which is like a rival group, I would say. Like they're like a mafia or something, but they're also after some artifacts that you are after. So yeah.
Ooh, always some crazy magical artifact.
Yeah.
In Tomb Raider. Anything else on Tomb Raider?
No, I'll definitely still be playing it this coming week.
All right, awesome. The last game that I have been playing this week, so besides Marvel Snap, I've been playing Marvel Snap, which nothing really new. But besides that, I have been playing Hearthstone, which I haven't mentioned Hearthstone in a long time. For those who have been listening probably at the very beginning of the podcast, I used to play Hearthstone on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
It used to be my mobile game.
It used
before
to be
Marvel Snap replaced it.
It used to be your eternal flame.
Yes, my gaming eternal flame. You're my life eternal flame.
Aww.
And Hearthstone, they recently, just a few days ago, released a duos battleground mode. So Battleground is a popular mode in Hearthstone that like you don't have to build your deck for that. Like you kind of go through alternating stages between combat and like the shop where you like buy cards with the coins that you get each turn. And it's kind of almost feels like a rogue-like thing where you're playing against other people because like each round it restarts completely over and you're just upgrading the cards that you have out and then you play against other teams. So now they have duos, right? So now you can queue with a friend and play against other teams, other duos, and kind of see who comes out the victor. But it still very much feels like Battlegrounds, but you can like pass cards from one person to the other. So there's a lot more like cooperation. And when you fight 2 against 2, like it goes through one person's board and then it goes to your teammate's board. So like you're summing your powers together to try and beat the other team combined power. And I really like online games as long as I'm playing with somebody else.
That's true.
Like Fortnite, I don't like playing it by myself. Like World of Warcraft, I never really liked playing it by myself so much. Hearthstone, especially like this mode, I wouldn't really want to play it with anyone else, like unless it's like with a friend, people that I know. Right? And so we have our friend Strife who likes to play Hearthstone, and he's the one who got me back, and he's like, this mode's out. You got to try it. I really want to try it with you. And so I updated the game and I got back in and I really like it. It's really fun.
Okay, time for me to re-download that game.
Yeah, I don't know if you like Battlegrounds.
I did.
You did?
I liked the solo ones before.
Yeah, it's very similar to that, but duos. It'd be fun for us to try together, but it's, the only thing I don't like about Battlegrounds is sometimes I wish I had more time. But I think that's just being a beginner and not really knowing exactly what I want to do. And I have to read all the cards because like I don't know what all of them do anymore because so much has changed. Because I haven't played Hearthstone in like
at
least a year or two, maybe a year and a half, maybe 2 years. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I played Hearthstone, and so much has changed with the cards. And so that's always some catch up in trying to get back into something. Mm-hmm. But I'm still having a lot of fun, and I'm like, I feel like I'm like halfway there of like getting used to all the new cards in Battlegrounds at least. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna keep playing it, and maybe you update it and you want to play with me. That'd be cool too.
Yeah.
But that's it for the games we've been playing this week. Man, that was a long week update in life and gaming.
Were we living one life or more?
I don't know. We've done a lot this week. It's been a busy week. So with that said, let's move into new games for this last week. So new game releases this last week, we have Reigns Beyond on Switch and PC, Sticky Business on Switch, Stitch on Switch. That's a tongue twister. Stitch on Switch. The Exit 8 on Switch, Cook Serve Delicious on PS5 and PS4. Final Fantasy 16, The Rising Tide on PS5. No Rest for the Wicked on PC. It reminds me of that song.
Yeah.
Umurangi Generation, I think I said that right, on PS5, PSVR 2, Quest 3, Quest 2, and PlayStation 4. Another tough one to pronounce. Ayuden Chronicle 100 Heroes on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC. Hammer Watch 2 on Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 4. Lunar Lander Beyond on all consoles and PC. Phantom Fury on PC. Tales of Kenzera Zhao, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch, and PC. And finally, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Arcade, Wrath of the Mutants on all consoles and PC.
A lot of games out this week.
Quite a few, but not a lot that I know of. Obviously, some kind of Final Fantasy expansion, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe.
But Phantom Fury sounds kind of cool, just by the name of it. It sounds like something that I would like. Lunar Lander, maybe? Cook Serve Delicious, that kind of sounds like Overcooked.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, how about new Game Pass games this week?
Okay, so new on Game Pass this week is Orcs Must Die 3 on console, PC, and cloud. NHL 24 on console. Deep Rock Galactic on Xbox Game Pass Core. Super Hot Mind Control Delete on Xbox Game Pass Core. Wreckfest on Xbox Game Pass Core. And Ayuden Chronicle 100 Heroes, which is a game.
Oh, like a day one drop.
Day one release, yeah. On console, PC, and cloud.
All right, very nice. Maybe we check out some of those at some point. Orcs Must Die 3 sounds kind of cool. All right, well, shall we run through where people can find us?
Yes.
You could check us out over on YouTube at the YouTube channel Gamer Parents Podcast, where we post audio versions of every single episode, as well as some additional clips here and there. Or over on Twitter at twitter.com/gamerparentspod.
Or on Instagram at gamer_parents_podcast.
So give us a like, follow, subscribe, whatever it is, wherever it is, and we would greatly appreciate it. We also stream once a week on Twitch on every Tuesday night at 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time over at twitch.tv/gamerparentspod. So last few weeks we had been playing It Takes Two, and then just this last week played Fortnite, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what we're going to be playing this next week, but it's going to be something awesome. It's going to be fun. So we encourage you to come hang out and say hi.
Yeah.
Let us ask you how your day was.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, the best place to hang out with us would probably be our Discord server, where we talk about life and games all throughout the week. And it's a great way to stay connected. We are also usually in the Discord voice chats most evenings if we happen to be gaming. So we would invite you to hop in and say hello.
Yeah. We'd love to catch up.
But that is it for episode number 86. So we will catch you all in the next one.
Bye.